got this pretty cool selfie stick tripod, so we can go ahead and make videos, and I can actually lower it down. I used to have you guys set up in this. This is just a napkin holder. But this seems to do a little bit better. So let's get into the video. Alright, so now that I got you guys all adjusted in here, today we're going to be talking about some Pierce trucks in the collection and addressing some issues with the trucks. So what we're going to be talking about today is the Matchbox Real Working Rigs Pierce Velocity. Now the reason I'm doing this video is because I saw somebody do a Pierce day and a thing on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about some Pierce trucks today. So without further ado, here are the trucks we're talking about. So we're going to be talking about the Pierce Velocity Aerial Ladder Truck from Matchbox and the Real Working Rigs series. So since these trucks came out, starting with this City of Willard truck here, all the way up to the last release was the San Diego Fire Rescue Ladder 11, there have been some issues that have occurred in the casting of the truck, and if you guys are into these trucks, you'll know what I'm talking about. What it is this drooping bucket. So in the collection, I have one City of Willard, I have two San Luis Obispos, I have one of these Jensen trucks, and two San Diego ladder trucks in the collection, as well as a couple of Quantums, two Quantums, one from a Skybusters 5-pack that was released back in 2012, and then the newest release of the Quantum as well. But we're not going to have a video really about that today. So with these trucks, the City of Willard was, I believe this truck was released in 2013. I can just double check on the bottom by checking the copyright. Copyright on these is 2009, but I believe it was more recent than that it came out. I think it was 2012, 2013 this truck came out. So I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're very familiar with these trucks. Obviously the ladder raises, extends out, and spins off 360 degrees. But one issue with these ladder trucks that steered a lot of people away from them is the fact that the bucket, when it's down, droops. Now, when the ladder's up, like that high, it looks level. When it's all the way up, it looks tilted back. Which, if I show you guys here, see how it looks tilted back. So that's kind of a bigger problem with these trucks. So they released this truck, and I'm not sure if they have any other releases of these before they discontinued the Real Working Rigs lineup for a period of time. In 2018, they re-released the Real Working Rigs lineup, and the first Velocity that came out was this one. Now, this is Roanoke Fire Department. This is ladder 1. Now, when they came out with this, a lot of the collectors were, I know as myself, were very upset with it. Let me see if I can tilt this forward a little bit more so you guys can kind of see that. There we go. A lot of the collectors were kind of upset about it because they, coming from the 2012 one to this one, no chrome on this truck. As you guys can see here, no chrome on the front, even no coloring in of the grill or anything of that sort. And they really cheaped out on it, I'll be totally honest. No chrome on the pump panels, nothing of the sort. And almost every fire truck I've ever seen or ever worked on has had a chrome pump panel on it. No chrome ladders, no chrome rear, no coloring, nothing. And I bought two of these because I try to get, if I can find two releases of these trucks, I try to get them. I did get only one release of this truck, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So this truck came out, it raised a lot of complaints. Complaint A was the ladder, the bucket droop again, and you can kind of fix it up like that, but then it's like tilted up too high. and then also another thing was the ladder didn't stay down, and then this usually just kind of like popped out if you were to flip it up too high, and then it would just droop down anyways. So that was kind of the issue with it. The other thing was, the ladder wouldn't stay down, and overall this release was very, 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 very cheaply done and crummy. So in the next wave, they released this Jensen Ladder 1 in white. Now this truck has to be one of my favorite releases. As you guys know, and you guys kind of follow me, Greenlight Fire Department, I tend to have white trucks with red on them. This is a white, red, and black one. This truck is pretty sharp. Of course, coming from the Roanoke Fire Department release, the first release of the bring back of the real working rigs. The second release, they hit it kind of on the spot. So they went ahead and they colored in some lights right there behind the door, some lights on the sides. They brought back the chrome pump panels and outriggers again. They went even as far as coloring in the front of the truck. On the headlights, the grill's colored in. Pierce logo is colored back in again. Let's get a better shot on that. Yeah, you can see that the Pierce logo is actually colored in. It says Pierce on it. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Oh, that's brightness. That's not zoom. Okay. Can I zoom in on that? I can zoom in on that. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to work my camera here. So as you guys can see right there, the Pierce logo is, in fact, colored in. I come back to this side, you have things like Ladder 6, and it says things Jensen New York on it, Jensen with the 5. Let me bring this back a little bit and tilt it down so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. So you guys can see here, it says Jensen Fire 5 FD48. They even put a colored in Pierce logo there as well. We'll get a better look at the front of the truck. You can see how they colored in the side markers there. First aid response. Obviously the pump panel is not really colored in or anything of that sort. Colored in another light right there. Ladder 5 on the back. And to the rear of the truck, nothing's really colored in. But, so you can see that they did a really good job with this truck. But again, it did not fix the ladder droop. When it's up in the air like that, it still drooped down. And you can see they did not fix the ladder droop whatsoever. Now, they come out to release number 3 of the second real working rigs after a lot of complaints. And this one, actually, the ladder doesn't stay up. Let me grab the other one. There was one the ladder didn't stay up on. There was one the ladder did stay up on. I mean, stay down on. So this one here, I guess they both are kind of like that. But this truck here, this truck is my favorite. One of my absolute favorites. Obviously, as you can see, the ladder does not droop anymore. I mean, the bucket does not droop anymore. And he actually, if you bring it up here, when you bring the ladder up, it actually, it's got like a pop to it almost. And it kind of like locks in so you can go ahead and flip it up. See, like that? And it doesn't droop down. It holds into place real well. They redesigned this bucket on this truck, and they did an excellent, excellent job on it. A couple other things to note is, let me bring this down a little bit. There you go. A couple things to note on this truck is the Pierce logo there on the bucket, as well as the American flag. San Diego Fire Rescue up on the ladder banner. On the rig itself, on the cab of the truck, turn this down, and we'll kind of bring this back a little bit. You can see that when they formed it, obviously it was all red, so it's going to have the stripe or the crease right along here, because the top form is different from the bottom. But that's okay. Raise the ladder up. We'll take a closer look at the truck here. Bring it in so you guys can see a little bit better. I'm still working out this whole camera thing there. Here we go. Okay, so on the front of this truck, you finally get colored in headlights, colored in emergency lights just above there. One of my favorite features in this truck has always been the Q siren right there, as well as some sirens in the bumper. All these trucks have them. Quick look on this side, you get a San Diego and the Pierce logo, as well as a colored in American flag right there. Zoom out a little bit. Again, the painted 11 and some painting along the doors. Obviously this truck is red, you can't really paint in the lights, but it looks like they actually tried to add some paint to the lights there. You get paramedic on the back door there. Still haven't done any coloring on the rear of the truck at all. Let's see if we can bring that brightness down some. We'll bring it brighter. There we go. They didn't do any coloring on the rear of the truck at all. And paramedic there. So, alright guys, well that's going to wrap up this video of these trucks. I hope you guys find this informative, especially if you guys are looking to add some of these trucks to your fleet. You can kind of see if you're going to buy one of these older ones on eBay versus a brand new one. You guys will kind of see what you got. It seems like these two have the really worst bucket droop, and it looks real horrible on these trucks, but it's just something that, you know, they really couldn't seem to, Pierce couldn't seem to really fix very much. And if you kind of play with that, it'll stay up. But alright guys, well I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, as well as follow me on Instagram at Greenlight Fire Station 7, as well as subscribe to my channel here and like my videos. So alright guys, thanks for watching.